All right, so I'm gonna create a new animation. We're gonna animate Witch on a Broom. I've got my 24 frame rate for YouTube Shorts that I've already set up. So let's create the project. I'll save my last one. And now I've got my. So I'm planning to make this pretty basic. Really, I just need the background. I need the witch on the broom, and then I want to do something at the end where she's winking, sort of like Bewitched style, something like that. So let's start with the background, and then let's make the witch. And we'll start with that to begin with. And then for the background, I'm going to do a nice little square. I'm going to create my color palette. All right, let's make a square. I want it to be like midnight blue. So we're going to make it just a little bit lighter than that. And I'm going to set it maybe a little bit bluer. Okay, there we go. So now I've got my blue background. Next I want to do is a big old moon. And just in my fashion, I could use the circular feature and just create a circle, an ellipse, but I am going to freehand it and it's going to look a little funky, but that's the way I like it. All right. Looks like my Wacom tablet needs to get plugged in. Come on, baby. There we go. Okay. So let's freeform the circle. It's a little hard to do on this. I want to make sure it's closed. It's a dark blue background, so it's a little difficult to see. I don't love it. It's probably better if I zoom in anyways and do this. I'm going to do it the other way. There, I like that a lot better. All right, now I'm going to choose my white. I don't want my moon to be white. I want it to be kind of yellowish. So I'm going to take it about, that might be a little too yellow. Yeah, I think that's what I like. And I'm going to make my moon yellow. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make stars. So the way I usually make stars, instead of, I could do a bunch of these, but this is a little cliche. The way I like to do stars are just little crosses. And the thing is when you do something like this, like you do want to randomize it, but you also kind of need to like, where are the blank spaces? Where is it going to look good? And you don't want too many. You don't want them the same size. You don't want them to be too exact. It's actually a little bit more difficult than it looks. So now for the scene, I want the length. Usually this is the first thing I do, but I'm going to set it to 1,000. I likely will not use 1,000 frames. Usually I try and hit a little over 300, as that's the sweet spot for YouTube. Is about 13 seconds, which is about 300 and some change. So, but I like to also have the wiggle room so that I can just animate and go, and I'm not being limited to that. All right. So now we've got the background. Now it's time to make the witch. So what I'm going to do is, even though I want to start her really small, I'm going to draw her big, and then I'm going to scale her down. I went online and looked at a few images of witches. And I could do the old lady, I could do the sexy lady, but I feel like this is really more the look I'm going for. And now that I'm looking at this, I might want to put a few different layers on this. Her hair, I think I might do something with her hair. I might do something with her legs kicking. I'm going to make this a little bit more complicated than I originally intended, which is fine. It's just going to take a little bit more work and not going to be as straightforward as I was expecting now that I'm thinking through this. Okay. I think I'm just going to do the legs kicking and the hair. So where to start? Let's start with the broom. Even though I'm going to cut this broom, I don't like that angle. I'm gonna make it a little bit flatter. All right. There's my broom. All right, I think I like that for a broom. Now let's look to see. Now I gotta do this angle here and maybe her booty. So let's do her thigh first and give her a little butt. Then I'm gonna have her dress come down. She'll have one leg out like this. And I wanna give her a little bit of a pointed toe and maybe a heel. We're gonna do that again over here. Now I'm kind of trying to think through how I'm gonna do her kicking of the legs. In fact, actually, these should be on a different layer. So let me move them to a different layer. And instead of redrawing them, I'm just gonna go here, pick those up, copy them, put them here, and I gotta take them from here and delete them. Now, one thing I know that I wanna do is I'm gonna have the witch be on a layer above the feet. And reason being is then if these feet kind of come and don't align, then it's fine, they're hidden. So let's make them also a little bit longer. And I want to give her like black shoes, but not perfectly black. I also don't want them to be like blue like the background. So let's make them not red. They still want to be dark. Maybe a little bit more on the green side. All right. There. Now I got her feet going. All right, back to the witch. I want her body to be straight up. There's not a lot of body to her. And I think I gave her a little too big of a butt. So let's kind of do this. All right. And now her arms. Give her an arm to go down. We're going to be doing some erasing. I hate those hands. Those hands are horrible. We're just going to give her a nice big hand on there. I'll give her a shoulder there. Close that up. So I definitely have a lot of cleanup work I need to do, but I think you get the idea of where I'm going with this. Next is the hair. Actually, let's do her face first. So she's got and I'm not that great at profiles. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's start from up here. So she's got her eyes, got a nose, mouth, chin. All right. Give her a nice big hat. How do I want to do that? Oh, it's a little, I kind of think I kind of like it straight. Maybe we'll go down a little bit over here. And there's going to be a nice ribbon I'm going to put right here. And then we'll have it go up and maybe over. There, I'm liking it. Now the question is, it is very not proportional to her body. So I can either, let's blow her body up a little bit. That's better. I'm gonna move it up too. And I see that her shoulder kind of came, which actually I don't even like that piece now that I'm seeing it without it. So let's just remove it. All right, now let's do her hair. And her hair is also going to be on another, close that. It's also going to be on another layer. So let's do this. We'll do hair. Again, I want it below the witch so that I can do all kinds of interesting things with it. Although now that I'm thinking about it, the hair would be on top, but under the hat. This is where I think she's just going to be kicking her feet. I think the hair might just stay static. Or is what I'm going to do. I know what I'll do. Okay, so let's go back to the wedge. It's not going to be, I'm not going to animate all her hair. So this piece of her hair is going to stay static. I'll give her a neck too. Okay. And I'm going to have to do some erasing once I fill in her hair. But then this part of her hair we'll be doing some bouncing. All right, all three of these I'm going to extend, even though all right, back to the witch. I got to do all my cleanup work now. So I want her hat. Let's see. Give her a purple hat, purple top. Kind of, I mean, even though I kind of was going for this look, I'm kind of now feeling like that look is a little bit more what I'm going for. Let's give her some eyes first. An eyebrow. Let's give her some lips. Ooh, those are not great lips. There's her lips. Okay, she's kind of cute. She's kind of cute. I don't know if I like the purple, but we could do a lavender, do an orange. Maybe we'll do like a magenta on her. Ooh, no. I do want that band to be that color. I think the rest of her is fine. I do realize I need to move her shoes, but I got to do that anyway. So let's do maybe. I wasn't gonna do a dark purple. Maybe if we did like a blue, a light blue. I still don't love it. Nope. I think, yeah, that's a better color. All right. That's what she's wearing. A few things I'm seeing. I need to close this. And in doing so, I'm also going to give her a little cuff there. Her dress is going to be this color. There's some more holes I got to plug up. Trying to turn that line. Purple, but it's so close that I don't even know if anyone would notice. All right. Oops. Now I gotta give her hand and her face some color. I'm gonna go pretty light there. We'll go, no, that's too orange. She does not belong in the Bahamas. She is a witch who only comes out. There we go. And her neck. What color do I want her hair to be? I'll give her pupil color. Give her eyes white. Give her some nice lips. Nice pink lips. Might be too much. Oh, that's good. The witch that we've been looking at has orange hair. I kind of like this purple. Maybe a different purple than... We're going to go with a lighter purple. Let's try and do like a lighter... Like that. I'm kind of feeling like these colors are not matching. But I don't hate it. What if we did that? No. I like it pink. All right, and her hair down here. And I am actually going to fill this in. I don't want there to be a line. So I'm actually going to do that. Get rid of that piece. I'm going to do the same here. Except I can just get rid of it there. That should do it. I need to move. Oh, I still need to do the broom. Okay, so the broom handle is going to be a dark brown. That's way too dark. Yeah, that's good. And then the rest, I want it to be a light brown. All right, I'm gonna move her feet. Make them a little bit bigger, move them. And just to get a good idea of like whether things are going, I'm just gonna press play. There's static, there's nothing going on, but I like it. Except now I gotta shrink everything back down, I just realized. Okay, we have our witch. You know what? We can do this all with layers. Everything and shrink it down, and this is how we're gonna animate it too. So when we end, let's see, I probably want her zooming around for about 3 or 4 seconds before she kind of sits here. So 3 or 4, 25, so around the 100 frame mark, maybe a little bit sooner. I'm gonna say the 80. We're gonna keyframe all this. Now, where I want her to start, it's way back here. Nope, because I'm editing the drawing. Okay, so this is where I want her to end. Where I want her to start, we're going to keep that piece right in the center, is small and over here. So now I need to figure out where all my keyframes are. So every second, do I want her switching? I think it's like every half a second. So every half a second is a little bit over. So we're going to... You know what? That progression is right. What's not right, the sizing progression is right, but her movements is what I really want to change. So we're going to have her come that way. And actually, because she's going to end in the middle and I want her to go back and forth, and then maybe right here, not only are we going to put her over here, we're going to switch her. And the thing is I got to put keyframes, otherwise she's going to move. Yeah. So the thing is, I totally messed that up. Okay, let's start this again. Okay. So we keyframed it here. This is where we want to switch her. And then about here, we're going to do the same thing. This doesn't make any sense. Okay, I gotta move this. We're gonna unkeyframe that. About here. I want her here. There we go. All right, I know that I've got a lot of work to do on this, but in fact, actually, I'm going to start all over. I'm going to keyframe this completely differently because I'm getting myself confused. All right. Here. I want her to scale a little bit. And I want her to be over here. And actually, I want her to be a little bit bigger than that. Then I'm going to have her switch. And then she's going to zoom over this way. She's also going to get a little bit bigger over here. Still want her all the way in the frame. And then I'm going to have her switch again. And then we're going to have her land exactly where I want her to end. Much bigger. All right. So the one thing that's kind of missing is her hair. And honestly, I don't want to move anything. So I'm kind of moving it after like the big parts and not much. Her feet are gonna like barely move. Her hair's gonna barely move. The only reason I'm doing that is because I think that that's what it's gonna look like naturally. And my guess is that this is gonna look a little funky the way that I did this. Let's take a look. Put my masking on. It's a little funky. I don't particularly like this ending. I'm going to make this shorter because I think she just slows down and I don't feel like that would be natural. Okay, and then about here. So I'm going to take her body. We're going to end the rest of the witch. Like I said, I wanted her winking or something at the end. So we're going to paste that in. But this part is going to go onto a different. Let's extend that. And then, oh, that was not how long I wanted it to go. I'm going to do. So now, instead of the face being on that layer, it's going to be on that layer. And the hair, I am not going to have extend for too long. So we'll remove this. And honestly, her face is not going to turn very much. So I'm actually going to extend this to 68. I'm going to keyframe it here and then keyframe it here with starting to turn. It's going to start like it's looking to turn, but really it's, where's the thing? There it is. And then I'm going to have her looking straight at us. I'm going to turn the, actually, let's keep it on. So her head is about, let's draw the hat first. So I'm going to keep the hat about like that. There's the band. And then I'm going to have this little crook move onto this side. Color in the band. Color in the hat. That was her hair color. That was not her hat color. I don't think that was the hat color either. What was that color? Is this the hat color? I think so. That's more like it. All right. So now she's going to be facing us. So I mostly want there's her head. She has her hair. Actually, in fact, I'm going to do the hair on another. So we'll just do her face here. On another, so I'm going to give her a little nose. Some eyes. Oh, goodness. In fact, actually, I'm going to do the eyes on a different one. So there's her nose. She's so far away. We're going to give her just a little pout. I don't even love that, but I like the shape. I don't like where it is. I'm going to stretch it out a little. Move it. Let's give it color. Give her skin color. Her neck can stay as it is because I'm going to. So since this is the end, I'm just going to go all the way. Her hair is going to be on this. I'm going to get rid of her lips here. Whatever where that is there. Okay, her hair, we're gonna have kind of be the same. In fact, let's actually just make this there. And then now all I have to do is make the connection. And in fact, actually, at this point, I can do a cycle on her hair. Which is what I wanted to do that now I'm too afraid to do. We'll do a cycle on her hair. So the witch itself will have that connection between the hair and because the face, I could do something like that. There we go. And then again, we're going to turn that. Just gonna do that. Get rid of that. Okay, cool. Now what I want to do is make a bit of a cycle where it's kind of in the wind. So I'm going to trace close to it, but not exactly. And because it's behind, I'm going to leave that black line, but there we go. So now I'm going to extend that maybe to 74. So I'm going to take these 6 frames and I'm going to cycle it. We'll do it 10 times. So let's see what she looks like. Why does it not appear to be moving? I know why, because it's just taking the same one and cycling through that. What I want is take this drawing, extend that to 77, and let's create a cycle with these. I don't feel like that was long enough, so we're going to do that. It's good, except there's one little hole right here, and I can easily solve it. Oops. Or I can just take my pen. That's what we're gonna do. And this is gonna affect all the drawings, so we'll just color that in. That's not usually how I do it, but so now her hair is moving. All right, now I need her eyes. So we'll go back to where she doesn't have eyes. Draw in one eye, 2 eye, pupil needs to be a little bigger, white, white. So now is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna extend this. And I'm gonna go the full 1,000, and I'll tell you why. Because she's gonna look at you for about a minute, about a second, a little less than a second. And I'm gonna get rid of these. I'm gonna take this eye here, copy it, paste it, and this eye here, we're just gonna make, oh, not white, I need it black. In fact, I accidentally made that black. And she's gonna give a wink. We're gonna send that to about 100. So now let's see the whole thing. I still am not 100% done. There's some final touches we need to do. But I'm really liking where this is going. I want to go in a little bit. Okay. Maybe at this point she flies away. So she winks. Give her about half a second. So around here. We're going to keyframe that. And then she's gone. Let's see if that's too much. Nope. And then the moon. It's going to have text. And what I want the moon to say, we're going to do this. Let's do it in purple. Witchy. Like this video if you were feeling witchy. I don't know if that's gonna work, but let's try it. All right, so I am sitting at, and I'm gonna have this text last a second. So we're gonna go 155, and that is my video. That's really all it is. So let's change the length to 155. I'm gonna add some music. And then I'm going to export it and import it. And that's really all it is. Thanks for watching. Like this video if you're feeling witchy.